Hello students, now in our mathematics we will start second chapter, parallel lines and transversal. So first we will revise what is meant by parallel lines and transversal. So parallel lines. These are two parallel lines, lineal, linear. The lines which are in the same plane and do not intersect each other are called parallel lines. These lines, line L and M, are in the same plane, and these two lines do not intersect each other, so these lines are called parallel lines. Now here it is written as line L parallel line M. In the symbol it is written line. This is the symbol for show the parallel lines. So line L parallel line M. Symbolically it is written like this and it can be read like this, line L parallel line M. Now we will see the transversal of the lines. Now transversal. Now see here in the figure, line L intersects line M and line N in two distinct points. Suppose the points of intersection are A and B. This line L intersects line M at point A and line N at point B. That means line L intersects two lines in two distinct points. And therefore, this line L is known as the transversal of lines M and N. So in the figure, line L is the transversal of lines M and N. So our definition is, if a line intersects given two lines in two distinct points, then that line is called a transversal of those two lines. Now we will study angles made by transversal of two lines. Angles made by a transversal. Now in this figure, line AT is transversal of lines PQ and RS. That means this transversal AT intersects line PQ at point M and line RS at point M. That means M and N are intersecting points. That means points of intersection. Now, if you observe the figure, at each point of intersection, four angles are formed. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here also at point N, four angles are formed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, at point M, which four angles are formed? Angle AMQ, angle AMP, angle PMN, angle QMN. Also at point N, four angles are formed. These angles are angle MNR, MNS, RNT, SNT. That means at each point of intersection, 4 angles are formed, so total 8 angles are formed. That means when a transversal intersects two lines at two distinct points, then total 8 angles are formed, and these 8 angles are grouped in different pairs. Now we will see these groups of angles. So 8 angles are formed, and from these 8 angles, one arm of each angle is on the transversal, and other arm is on one of the lines. So using this property, we will group these angles in different groups. Now here, first group is corresponding angles. Now we will find such pairs of angles. That means the arms which are on the transversal are in the same direction, and other arms are on the same side of the transversal. We will choose such pairs of angles. For example, I will write here one pair. Angle AMQ and AMQ and angle MNS. Only consider this pair, angle AMQ and angle MNS. So here, the arms which are on the transversal are in the same direction. That means here, of angle AMQ, which is the arm on the transversal, arm MA is on the transversal, and it indicates the upper direction. In angle MNS, the arm which is on the transversal, it is also in the direction, upper direction. That means the arms of these two angles which are on the transversal are in the same direction, and remaining two arms are on one side of the transversal. That means arm EMQ of angle AMQ and arm ENS of angle MNS are on the same side. That means are on the right side of this transversal. Now such pairs are corresponding angles. Now we will find some more such pairs of such angles. So this is one pair. So we can find another pair also. See here, another pair is here AMP. AMP and MNR. This is one pair. Okay, that means this is one pair, this is another pair. Okay, the first pair of corresponding angles, second pair of corresponding angle. Now another pair is angle PMN. Angle PMN and angle RNC. This pair. Okay. And third pair is angle QMN. Fourth pair. And angle NSNT. This is fourth pair. In this way, there are four pairs of corresponding angles. This one pair, this second pair, third, fourth. In this way, such types of pairs are called corresponding angles. Now, corresponding angles, that means definition is if the arms on the transversal of a pair of angles are in the same direction and the other arms are on the same side of the transversal, then it is called a pair of corresponding angles. Now we will find the pairs of angles such that those angles are on the same side of the transversal. Okay, and they are inside the given lines. The angles which are on the same side, either this side or this side, and angles which are inside these two lines. Such pairs we will find, and such pairs are called interior angles. Such pairs are called interior angles. Now see here, first pair is angle PMN. Angle PMN. And on the same side, but inside the two lines, other pair is angle RNM or MNR. See, these two angles are on the same side of the transversal, and these two angles are inside the two lines. So these angles are called a pair of interior angles. So then here we can find another pair to on another side of the transversal, that means angle QMN and angle MNS. QMN and MNS, these two angles. That means we have only two pairs of interior angles. That means we can find the interior angles using this property. A pair of angles which are on the same side of the transversal and inside the given lines is called a pair of interior angles. This is a pair of interior angles, and there are only two pairs of interior angles. Now we will find such pairs of angles which are on the opposite side of transversal. That means in the pair, each angle is opposite sides of a transversal, and their arms on the transversal show opposite direction. That means in one pair, two angles are on opposite side of transversal, and their arms which are on the transversal, they are also in the opposite direction. So such angles we will find here. So these angles now we find the pairs of alternate angles. That means angles which are on the opposite side of a transversal and their arms on the transversal show opposite directions. There are two pairs of interior alternate angles and two pairs of exterior alternate angles. First, we will find the interior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles. That means angles which are inside these two lines. Now here first pair is angle PMN and angle MNS. That means this angle and this angle. Both angles are on opposite side of a transversal, and their arms which are on the transversal, they are in the opposite directions here. In angle PMN, the arm which is on the transversal is showing this direction. That means lower side. And second angle MNS, the arm which is on the transversal showing this direction. That means these are opposite directions, and therefore such pair is called the interior alternate angle. Now another pair is this pair. Angle RNM and RNM and angle QMN. Angle RMN QMN. This is one more pair of interior alternate angle. That means there are two pairs of interior alternate angle. Also there are two pairs of exterior alternate angles. That means exterior means the angles which are outer, on the outside of the two lines, and they are opposite of the transversal. There are also two pairs. So here one pair is angle AMP. Angle AMP, and the another pair is angle SNT or PNS. You can read this TNS or SNT. Also you can read this AMP or PMA. And another pair is this one pair, and this is another pair. Angle AMQ and angle RNT. AMQ and RNT. In this way, you can group angles formed by two lines and their transversal in this group. That means corresponding angles, interior angles, alternate angles. Now alternate angles are also grouped in two groups. First group is interior alternate angle and second is exterior alternate angles. In this way we can identify the pairs of angles.